Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac,
And it's your boy Bryce.
and we are brothers on tennis. And folks, I know it's been a minute. We haven't seen you in the month of October, but guess what? We are here and we are about to run down some results. Bryce, there has been a lot of tennis that has happened in the October month, brother. What have you been up to and how have you been enjoying all of this tennis?
I've just been trying to keep up because, I thought some of these players were going to try to take it a little easy, get some breaks here, refresh the body, get the mind and the soul right. And apparently not. I guess they out here trying to make them dollars. And they said we didn't get no points for Wimbledon this year, so we need to go ahead and pad them points.
Right?
And like what you and I were just talking about before we started recording, I'm completely blown away that Rafael Nadal is playing the Paris Masters indoors and the year-end championships. I thought
Bruh.
he wrapped it up after Laver Cup.
You and I both. I thought you and I talked about it too. We were like, nah, he's going to go off. He's going to be on daddy duty. He's got the new baby coming. And Rafa's like, listen, I still got work to do. That Carlos Alcaraz think he doing something in that number one spot. I need to let him know that it ain't quite wrapped up yet.
I guess that foot feeling okay.
Right? And isn't that a good sign, though? Isn't that awesome that, again, if he's playing, that must mean that the foot is doing much better. So, that's a great sign, man.
Right. I know Roger's still saying, I don't know why that foot didn't work better on my last doubles match, but that's okay. We're going to keep that moving.
We're going to keep that moving. I know they are straight salty with Tiafo and Jack Sock. Like, you had to just come in here and ruin our stuff. We had this all planned out.
Y'all ain't beat nobody all year. Y'all gonna try to
come strong, right?
Don't you know we legends?
Exactly. Shoot. Tiafo and Sock was like, not on the day. Shoot. Not today, fellas. Oh, man. So, folks, I know, like I said, it has been a minute since we've come at you. So what we are going to do in more or less a rapid fire, I kind of consider like Chris Drysdale on ESPN, who be running down the 30 and 3, whatever that is.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it nice and tight for y'all tonight. So first and foremost, we'll go ahead and start with the WTA. They had a lot of tournaments, of course. I mean, we've got tournaments that was the Jasmine Open, which of course was in Ange Jabour's backyard. We had I think it's Agile Open. Yeah, the one that was in the Czech Republic. That was a 500, so we'll talk about that a little bit more. You had Transylvania, where Buskova actually got her first title. How about that? Shout out Buskova. There you go. And then they decided, okay, we're going to come stateside, and they went to San Diego, and we'll talk about those results. There was a little tournament that we won't even really mention, the 125, not that same week, but the week after, along with the Guadalajara, which was the ladies WTA 1000. So there are a lot of tournaments that have happened. And Bryce, I mean, we can start off, of course, with that Agile, because, man, that was the tournament where Miss Krejcikova decided, you know what, Iga? Ain't nobody scared of you. What were your thoughts on that particular tournament and that final?
Well, I'm going to start off by saying how good it is to see Krejcikova back. Yes. I mean, she had really, come onto the scene and, was high ranked in singles, was high ranked in doubles. And I mean, she was really doing it. And then she had what was her injury again? Was it wrist or?
I think it might have been wrist, but I am not 100% sure.
Yeah, she had the whole wrist injury and that kind of sidelined her. And then as we've talked about many times, when you go off tour, whether it's for injury, get your mind right, suspension, whatever the case may be, shout out Simone Halep. you are never guaranteed to come back at the level that you left off at.
That's the
So
truth.
what we've seen is Krejcikova kind of working her way back
Right.
into deep rounds and tournaments. And I'm telling you what, more than you and I being surprised she won that final, Swiatek was surprised.
Right. Well, it was in her backyard because again, it was Czech Republic and she is Czech. So she had a lot of crowd support and I feel like that energy just really kind of it aided her in that victory. It was a great final. Great
Wasn't
final.
that the first final that Swiatek has lost?
Yes, yeah, yeah, exactly. And so she was shocked. She was crying. Krachikova was crying. Everybody was crying. I was like, what is going on?
Well, and let me tell you what else is good about this.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, Isaac.
Hmm.
You know, at least Swiatek has some competition because we were
Right.
starting to think, who can beat her?
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
exactly. Exactly.
and
I think
Krejcikova's got the game to do it, obviously.
yes, she does. We've talked about her and just how beautiful her game is, how it flows off both sides of, forehand and backhand. And she really has a great game. She's got a powerful game. She's got a very sophisticated game. I think she will be one of those folks that Iga will always be looking at the draw like, ooh, please don't have her in my quadrant.
Right, right. Because I think kind of she doesn't have flat strokes, but they're much flatter than Iga's are.
Yes,
And so
yes.
I think she's able to take Iga's balls and kind of line drive them back a little bit.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I tell you what, I think someone else who will eventually be trouble for Iga, and I'm a bounce over, and then we're gonna bounce back. And I actually think that is going to be Jessica Pagula. Like
Hmm.
you said, she's got those flat strokes. She can really kind of get the ball through the court. I think right now she just doesn't. There's just something about the matchup that Iga is just still able to really dominate there. But I honestly feel like you give Jessica Pagula a couple more opportunities, especially now that she's got confidence because she's won the latest WTA 1000 in Guadalajara. I think she's going to step up, and I think she's going to give Iga some fits in the future. What are your thoughts there, bro?
You know, I hope so. That would be good to see. I think right now Iga is living rent free in Poco's head. Is that what we're calling Pagula and Coco? Is it
Yeah,
Poco? Okay.
Poco.
She living rent free in both of their heads. I don't even think they believe they can win at this point against her. But
Yeah.
you're right. Jessica does have the type of game that could uh, give Iga some problems once she gets her head right.
Right, right. I tell you what, though, I feel like winning this tournament is going to go a very long way for Jessica Pagula. I think she was really, really ecstatic to finally get a really because that's the biggest tournament she's won is this 1000.
Oh
So
yeah.
I just feel like with her and Coach Witt, Coach David Witt, if you're out there listening, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. He has done such a tremendous job with her ever since. Remember when we saw them back at the what was that? Was that even a $25,000 tournament that we were
Yeah,
at
it was a
in
challenger
yeah, a
we were at.
challenger. Right.
Yeah,
Oh, she's done such great work with Jessica Pagula. So that tandem, I'm liking what I'm seeing, bro.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Krejcikova. I mean,
Yes.
congratulations to her. Did she didn't play doubles in this tournament, right?
I don't believe so, but I tell you who did play doubles.
Yes, we do. Let's
That's
talk about that.
let's talk about that, Miss Katie McNally. Let's talk about you for a quick second, sis. Come on.
Yes. Talking about family reunion. Yeah, because she was with, look, when it comes to Katie McNally, the only thing a white tennis player can do for her is point her in the direction of a black one. Because all of her doubles partners, let's call it out,
Yeah.
Osigwe,
Yep.
um, our girl from DC, oh gosh, why did she just I lose her name? Tiafo and
Oh my goodness. And
Haley
Haley
Baptiste.
Baptiste. Yeah,
She with
Haley.
Haley
Haley.
Baptiste,
Yep.
with Taylor Townsend, with
Mm-hmm.
Coco Golf, and
Yep.
now she's like Alicia Parks. Yep, you'll do. Come through, and with the 6-3, 6-2 win in the finals.
In the final, right? I mean, my goodness. Yeah, Katie McNally definitely has her sister card. She's got the card. She's got it, y'all. I'm sorry. She's got it. And we're going to leave that right there.
There.
But shout out, of course, to Katie McNally and
Yes.
Alicia Park for
Yes.
winning that doubles title. And quietly, shout out to Alicia Park for having an outstanding week
Yes.
in the Czech Republic. I mean, she beat some names, y'all. She beat some names, and she did it in fine fashion.
She absolutely did. And I mean, she took out Pliskova,
Yes.
who we used to call the good one. We're not so sure anymore. Um, no, seriously. And then she had a
Wasn't it
very good win over Sakari,
Sakura? Yeah. Yep.
and 3 sets, which was awesome. And then she lost to the eventual champion Krachikova. So
Exactly.
she made it to the quarterfinals of a 500 level event in singles and took the doubles titles. So
Can't be mad.
no, I know they had good catfish that night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So shout out to you, Alicia. We are looking to see a lot of great results from you going forward.
Yes.
Yeah. So Bryce, of course, bouncing on. We went to San Diego, and Iga basically reasserted her dominance. She was just like, "Hey, I may have lost to Krejcikova the other week, but guess what? I ain't planning to lose this week," and she didn't.
No.
Thoughts?
No. Well, you said it all. I mean,
Yeah.
and the funny thing is I don't know if she has as much confidence in herself as we do when she gets into a third set.
Yeah.
But when Iga gets into a third set, I mean, she does the thing. So, I mean, I love the fact that, I mean, gosh, what she did to Coco 0-3,
Yeah.
that wasn't that nice. And then she said, bring your doubles partner over here because I got 2 whole biscuits for her.
Right.
And although, Pagula did step up and take the first set 6-4.
Yes, she did.
And then in the finals against Vekic, I just think she had like a mental blip in the second set because the Iga Bakery was up with the hot sign. You know when you like a Southern Maid or Krispy Kreme and the sign turned red because the donuts are hot.
They hot.
In the third set, she had her hot bagel sign on, and Vekic was there for all of it.
All of it, sir. All of it. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, she had a little bit of a hiccup, but she saw it through. And shout out to Donna Vekic for getting back on the tour and doing what she does. She's very much it's like Kanepi. She loves them big names and she loves them big scalps. And she will definitely get you if you ain't on your day. And she, like I said, she proved that throughout this draw. She got Sabalenka. She got, once again, the good Pliskova, although, like you said, we don't know if we call them the good anymore. And stole a set off of Swiatek, which many ladies cannot say that they've done.
Not at all.
Yeah. So kudos to Donna Vekic for getting back out there and doing what she does. So love that.
And let's keep the trend going. Let's go ahead and look at that doubles.
Yes.
Coco Gauff and Pagula.
That's
they
right.
Said we may not be able to do nothing about Iga, but Krajicek and Schurz, come here.
Come here, right? Ain't anybody scared of you. Anybody trying to play with you. Let's get it.
So shout out to them for winning, the doubles at
Absolutely.
What is it, 500 level?
Yeah, that was a 500. Yeah. So, adding those points. And looking forward to seeing that tandem at the WTA Year-Ending Championships as well.
And wait a minute, shout out to both of them for qualifying in both singles and doubles.
Come on now, right? American women's tennis is in good shape, you guys. Very good shape. Those two are leading the way. They are leading the way.
Even though, and we'll talk about this on our IG Live, Serena out there acting like she still want to be in the mix. But we're gonna leave that alone for right
We're gonna
now.
leave that alone. That is definitely an IG topic because I cannot wait to hear what our community and family has to say on that.
Right.
But with that said, I had kind of jumped into the whole Guadalajara piece. Of course,
Hmm.
Jessica Pagula took that title. Bryce, anything that you want to share on that run that Miss Pagula made?
Well, actually, I'm gonna step away from Pagula for a second, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring up something that you mentioned to me this weekend, and
Hmm.
that is I'm really surprised that Sakura made it to the finals
Just talk about it, bruh. Talk
because
about it.
in the quarterfinals, going that third set with Kudermetova, I thought that
Hmm.
was lights out for Sakura,
You and me
honestly.
both. Yeah.
And so when she pulled that out,
Mhm.
we get concerned about Sakura when she gets to the later stages of a tournament. So
Yep.
fortunately in the semis, she had Buzkova, who, although Buzkova just got her first title,
Right.
it ain't at the 1,000 level.
It's not
No.
at the no, not 1,000.
No,
So
no. So
yeah.
so so Sakura got that, and then but Pagula, we knew
Yeah.
Pagula was taking that in the finals.
And why on earth did they actually have the odds? They had Sakura being the favorite going into that match. I was looking at that like, are y'all smoking some crack? I was
They
like, I was like, no, people,
they casual
no.
tennis fans. They
Ben, I
reading
should have put
headlines.
reading headlines because I should have put some odds on that one because I was like, there is no, we know Sakura's history, and Jessica Pagula is as solid as it comes these days. So that whole biscuit and three, that was not a surprise scoreline in my opinion.
Right, right. Now let me tell you what was the bigger surprise to me
Yeah,
was Krejcikova and Siniakova losing in the
in the
semifinals. Yeah,
right.
to Donalina and Haddad Maya.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes. And
Now,
mind
granted, it
you,
was 10-7
well,
in the
and mind
third.
you, they beat Pagula and Golf in the round before that.
Yep, they sure
Crazy.
did.
They
They
had a
sure.
crazy week, bruh.
And I think I just saw. Did they qualify? I think I just saw maybe that they qualified for the year-end championship.
They may have. Yeah, they may have. Because, I mean,
So
hey, you get these types of results, and they've played together for a good bit this year. So it doesn't surprise me. It also surprised me that they lost that final. But,
yeah.
yeah. I was
Well,
like,
I
Storm
guess they
Sanders?
apparently had come down at that point.
Yeah, they was like, we just beat all these.
And guess what? They gonna be waiting for him in Fort Worth.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. They're gonna be waiting with the beat down hats on. They're gonna be like, read the hat, lady. Read the hat. Cause we coming at you. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. But yes, kudos to Haddad Madai and Danalia. I think it's Danalin, whatever.
Lena,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So kudos, man. Anything else on the WTA side that we did not touch upon?
Uh, Not that I can think of. I think you did a good job running through
All right, man. Well, we gonna keep our Chris Berman going, and we're gonna switch it up and
that.
go to the guys. They of course had some interesting tournaments after the Labor Cup. Many or the majority of them were 250s. We basically only had a couple of 500s in the Japan and Astana, as
Hmm.
well as we've got two this week, but all the others actually have been 250s. So, of course, we got to give our shout out as far as Japan goes. I believe that tournament was won by, did Djokovic win that one?
No, Taylor Fritz won
Oh,
Japan.
there you go. See, I'm getting them twisted already. So yeah, Taylor Fritz, kudos to you. I believe that's the one where he took out Tiafo, right?
Yeah, Tiafo in the final.
Yeah.
Two tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So 6-6.
There you
So
go.
so shout out to Tiafo, still making it deep in draws.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
he lost to the only American ranked higher than him.
Yes. Yes.
So we get that. And Tiafo, he had some good wins during the week. I mean, he ended up taking out Kecmanovic, who had taken out Nishioka and Daniel Evans.
That's right.
Uh, but Tiafo got up on him. He took out Quan,
Hmm?
and Quan had taken out Mackie McDonald earlier in the tournament,
Yeah, and Quan's been
and
having a
Alex
real
DeMinor.
yeah. Quan's been having a really good year. He's showing some good signs going into 2023. That's for sure.
Now, what do you think about, though, on Taylor Fritz's side? Well, now, granted, he got the walkover from Nick Kyrgios, so
Yeah.
we don't know how that would have turned out. But is Shapovalov trying to get his game together a little bit?
It seems like it. I mean, he did get a victory over Churich, who, he's always a tough out.
Mm-hmm.
And then for him, to take Taylor at least to 3 sets, I feel like that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good result from him. I just hope that, he's getting himself a little bit more focused because, with Shapovalov, there's still those times where I just feel like his anger does him a disservice
Right.
when he's on the court. He's not like a McEnroe who uses the anger to play better. I feel like he becomes a little bit unfocused. So my hope is that he can really, really kind of pull that together for 2023.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, but shout out to Taylor, man. Good job in winning that 500 and jumping over to the doubles. I mean, how about that? Mackie McDonald and Marcelo Mello took the
Yes.
title. So I mean, not bad. And they unfortunately did benefit from a walkover from Kyrgios because he did get injured in that tournament. But hey, they got it done in the finals.
Well, we heard Coach Mike Bryan say in our interview for the Labor Cup that because of that result, he may consider putting Mackey in for some doubles work at the All American Cup.
That's right. That's right.
I just hope it ain't against Jack Sock and John Isner because they ain't gonna matter much then. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that tandem right there, that's gonna be a tough hurdle to but we're gonna leave that there. And mind you, folks, check into the All American Cup. It's gonna be fun. It's going to be awesome. You should hopefully see some posts from both Bryce and I out there. It's looking like it's gonna be a real cool event.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that was, of course, the oh God, I'm getting myself twisted now. So that was the
Japan.
Japan. And
Mm-hmm.
then, of course, Astana. We had Djokovic, doing what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He had won the previous week, and in this particular tournament, he got a hold of Tsitsipas and was like, "Friend, ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
changed."
I don't even expect for CC Pop to win those matches anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I will tell you this: until Medvedev got hurt,
yeah.
that match in the semifinals could have gone either way.
I completely agree. Djokovic is definitely scared of Medvedev. He does not like his game style because he knows it matches up very nicely with
Yep.
his plan A. And yeah, you're exactly right. That could have gone either way.
Yeah. So I remember I had the TV on watching the match, and I was like, "Oh, dang, he lost the second set." And then I saw
Hmm.
him packing up his bag. I'm like, "Where you
Yeah,
going?"
what? Yeah, where you going? He's like, no, I'm good, y'all. I don't want to, I don't want to mess things up any further.
Oh wow! So shout out to Djokovic. Here's somebody else that got to try to make up some points
That's
from because he lost 2000 from Wimbledon, right?
That's correct. That is correct. But and it's interesting that he doesn't get points for Wimbledon, but he does get credit for it, and so therefore he gets to play in the ATP
Yes,
finals. So
and
very interesting.
they were complaining that the women should have done the same thing so that
Yes,
Rybakina could have made it.
absolutely agree with that statement. She should be there because if she had gotten those 2,000 points, she would have qualified.
She would have qualified. Yes.
She deserved to be. And shout out to Rybakina. She is playing some good tennis right now, Bryce. Watch out for
Yes.
her in 2023, y'all. Watch out.
Right. And I'm not going to start no mess right here, but I think there's a couple of things the WTA needs to follow the lead on the ATP
Hmm.
on.
Come on.
We're going to start with our website.
Oh my goodness, gonna say it. Gonna say it.
Wait a minute. It don't make no sense
Come
to
on.
have a website for a professional sport that is trash.
It's trash, y'all. It's
It is
trash.
trash.
if you can't even get the PDFs the day, they don't even update it. They just like, okay, this tournament's done. We don't need to update the PDF. Why? Why?
Right.
It's like, are y'all not a professional website though? Sometimes
Right.
people want to go back and see who won. I don't even know who won Transylvania because
Look,
they decided they didn't want to put the drawback out there anymore.
WTA, I need y'all to get y'all stuff together
Let's
because
do better.
your website is wiggity 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 whack. Just it's bad,
Come
bad.
on, come on, come on.
Anyway,
So, all right,
Serena
and
wants to take up programming or something. That'd be a nice little thing for her to pick up instead of her talking about trying to come back and playing again. Okay, but we're gonna leave that alone.
we're gonna leave that for the IG.
I'm sorry, her husband's he knows something about programming. So anyway.
I love it, y'all. And can y'all tell we are in a spicy mood? Because we really are. All right. And real quick, Bryce, we got to give our big shout out as far as Astana goes. Djokovic won the singles, but our dudes, Mektic and Pavic, took the
Finally.
dubs. Where y'all been,
Yeah.
fellas? Come on.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a dip this year, not like a Karatsev dip, but they had a little bit of a dip this year, and but they're still doing big things, so we're proud of them.
That we are, and we will see them at the Yearly Championship. So that in itself is also an awesome thing. So
Yes.
kudos, fellas, good stuff. And like I said, we're gonna keep this train moving. We had talked about Astana, we talked about Japan, and really and truly, Bryce, the only other events or the events that have been kind of bundled in between here and then have been 250s.
Right.
So we've seen folks like Rublev take a 250. Our boy FAA, hey,
Mm-hmm.
how about that? He is like, you know what? Not only am I going to take one, but I'm going to take two back to back. How about
Yes.
that? How about that? So shout out to Felix Auger-Aliassime for kind of getting off the hump. I mean, he finally won his maiden title, and now it looks as though he is all locked in when it comes to that final Sunday. So that is great to see. Any thoughts, my man?
I just like the path of his improvement, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been not like a rocket to the top, right? He has steadily gotten better. Right. You see the influence of Tony Nadal in here, and he has solidified his spot in the top 10. And
yes.
There was a time, although I really liked FAA,
mm-hmm.
I would not put any money behind his name on many matches, right?
Right.
And now I'm starting to change that. Now I see he's consistently holding his seating. He's getting an upset here or there.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to you, FAA, for doing it.
Absolutely, man. I love what we're seeing there. We also had Holger Rune take out Tsitsipas in the final. We had special versus special.
Mm-hmm. And we know that they've played doubles together, and they've got the whole Muratoglu connection. So,
and did you see that, by the way? Muratoglu was actually in Rune's corner in the final. I was like, okay.
Well, rumor is, and I don't know if this is for true or not, but rumor is that is who Patrick is now working with, since Simona Halep might be chilling for 4 years. But it's a provisional suspension right now, so we're gonna let the data come out, and Darren Cahill has come and thrown himself on the sword for her and her integrity and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that was cool to see, but we'll wait for the final judgment. And but Patrick, he'll wait for no next opportunity now.
No. Patrick always got something in the works. So he was probably, apparently he's worked with Rune for, as long as we can remember. He's done work with all these kids for that long of a time. So he can bounce back and forth. Whoever's hot at the moment, he can bounce.
Yep.
And I guess when, Tsitsipas' dad was like, listen, there's too much noise. I want to be the only one to talk to Tsitsipas. Patrick was like, all right, I'm out. Because, Patrick ain't trying to take, be backseat to anybody.
No, and Coco's dad and already took that stance.
Yeah. Coco's dad was like, "Look, come on now, step back, sir, step back." So we know Showtime Patrick, so he's doing what we expect. But I actually think that will be a good partnership with him, because again, Rune is he's proven himself to be a little special, and Patrick to me does really well with,
Special
well, I
people.
mean, yeah, I hate to put it like that since he was with Serena so long, but y'all know what we're talking about here, though. So
Special people or special situations. So
there you go.
there you go.
There you have it. So with that said, we're gonna jump back over to the guys. And one last thing, Bryce, how about that Musetti win in Italy over Berrettini?
I was very surprised with that. And number
Huh,
one, I was salty that Musetti made it to the finals because I was hoping that Kecmanovic took him out.
right.
Um, but he was a little. Musetti was like too strong, too wrong, and and he made it on through to Berrettini. And
Yes.
but yeah, you expected Berrettini, number one Italian, in Italy, Hugo Boss guy, to pull
Mm-hmm.
that one through. And Musetti was like, "Hold on, I know I ain't hardly won nothing this year, but it's time.
It's time. It's
It's
time, sir.
time."
Yeah, he did. He got up in there. Now, unfortunately, Berrettini was dealing with blisters. So we have to kind of put that caveat there because he barely made it by Mackie McDonald in the semis.
Yeah,
But then
right.
Mackie, unfortunately, at the end of the match started like cramping. It was all kinds of crazy. So Berrettini ended up pulling it out. But yeah, I think with them blisters, it definitely hindered him a bit. So there's a little bit of an asterisk on that victory.
Right.
But regardless, kudos to you, Musetti. All right. And Bryce, I think we've done our Chris Berman. We have reviewed. We are up to date. Of course, this week the ladies are off. The top eight, of course, are preparing for doubles and singles. Excuse me, are
Hmm.
preparing for the WTA finals in Texas. And with the guys, we've got the Basel event in Federer's backyard in Switzerland, as well as Vienna, two 500 events, and we get to see Carlos Alcaraz again.
We do, and we saw him play, his first round today. So, um, we'll hope to continue to see him. I mean, honestly, he doesn't have a cake draw,
Mm.
because I'm telling you, I think Cressy is somebody that folks ain't trying to play right now.
I know, because if you get Cressy on a good day, you're gonna be in trouble. Because he's that young man has game. He got game.
Right, he really,
Big
really
game.
does.
Big game.
No, he does, and he's feeling the confidence now. And uh, but Carlos is the number one player in the world, so
Yes. Yes.
you'd like to give him the edge on making it through, but it's not going to be easy.
I agree. I agree. And he's just now coming back too. So he's got, he's trying to kind of, get the dust off and get himself ready for not only Paris, but for the Unity Championships. And there's that weight of being number one in the world. So hey, we'll see.
Absolutely.
We'll see how it goes for him.
And can I throw out just one thing? And
Yeah.
like, most folks won't be interested in this match, but for anyone that keeps up with who's on Team Bryce's squad,
Oh yeah.
I got a first round matchup of Davidovich Fokina against Kecmanovic.
Yep. Yes, you do.
I am going to be right in front of the TV tomorrow watching all of that.
Yes, sir. That will definitely be a really, really good matchup. So I am with you, bro. With you, with you. And hey, it looks like Medvedev is back. So he's going to be in the Vienna tournament, from what
Okay.
I can tell. So he's playing. Of course, you've got the normal. You got Rublev, you got Hatchinov there, who unfortunately took out our boy JJ Wolf today. A really good strong draw for Vienna as well. So the guys are definitely ramping up for not only Paris but for those Uerdingen finals there.
And let me just make one more comment, and we'll talk more about this on IG Live tonight. How good is it to start to see, Team and Wawrinka, get some quality wins under their belt, and
Yes.
watching them play each other last week. Not them, actually it was Gasquet. I just I just gotta say, I think we all tend to like bow down to Wawrinka when it comes to the one-handed backhand because of how he can just bludgeon the ball with the
Right.
with the one-hander. But I'm
Right.
gonna tell you what, watching that match of him playing Gasquet, Gasquet may not be able to bludgeon the ball like he does, but he can do more with his backhand.
That he can. Absolutely.
And so I was kind of like, ooh, I don't know. I used to always say if I could have anybody's one-handed backhand, it'd be Stan's. I probably still wanted just to bludgeon the ball. But when you're talking about being able to just do stuff with your
Yeah.
backhand,
Yeah.
Gasquet's backhand is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, Gasquet got tricks. You know he's French. Come on now. Them Frenchmen always got some tricks. So yeah, Gasquet's his whole game, but that backhand especially is just it's a beautiful sight. And you're right, he can do pretty much anything he wants with that shot.
Yeah. So anyway, don't mean to extend the show. We'll talk
No,
about that more on IG Live.
all good, all good. I think that we have done a really great job of running through. So, folks, I hope hopefully you've gotten your update for the month of October. Although we are not done with October. There's still a bit more tennis to go, but definitely we wanted to come out here and get things up to speed. And struggling with my words, Bryce.
It's all good. Thank you for leading us through that, Isaac. And I just want to remind the listeners, although the tennis season is coming to a close, we've got a lot of stuff popping off. Stay in tune with us on social media as we continue to promote the All-American Cup that's coming up next month in San Antonio, November the 11th through the 13th. We're going to have some special giveaways still by the end of this year. I think we're going to also have a merch sale by the end of the year. So yeah, you want to keep it tuned right on Brothers on Tennis for the rest of the year. So with that, on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Talk to you next week.